Happy Saturday, degenerates. Today we are going to go over the predictions for these high yield ETFs for the upcoming week. What are they going to pay? Let's find out. We're going to jump right into it because we cover over 50 weeklies, and we'll also go over Yieldmax Group B, which everyone's excited about. So let's just jump right in. NVII. Let's do REC shares first. These are REC shares. NVII, which trades options on NVIDIA. Their last payment was 45 cents, which was really high. They're averaging 29. I gave them 26. TSII, which is Tesla, they averaged 31. I gave them 32. MSII averaged 7, but their yield is much lower than their IV. So I brought it kind of back to the implied volatility, 30-day, which, by the way, I get from Market Chameleon. I gave them 15 cents. They got to pay more. COII, Coinbase. They paid 10 cents. I'm giving them 23 because, again, they've been paying 22% and their IV is 65. They've got to pay more. Let's go to the Yieldmax weeklies. See if we can get them all on one little page here. Let me know about the Zoom too. Chippy paid 41 cents. I gave him 41 cents. GPTY, last payment was 31. I gave him 35, a little increase. LFGY, which is LFGY, 43 cents they paid last time. I gave him 47. QDTY, last one was 21 cents. I gave him 19. RDTY, the last one was 30 cents. I gave him 30 cents. SDTY, last was 18. I gave him 17. Salty paid 63 cents. I gave him 60. Ulti, 9 cents, 9 cents, 9 cents. Guess what? I gave him 9 cents. YMAG, week payment last time of 9 cents, down from 15. I gave him 13. YMAX went from 8 to 13, almost 14 last time. I gave him 12. That's YMAX weeklies. Let's go to Defiance. MST, which is a strategy options. They paid 8, then 13. I gave them 13 again. AMDU, 18, then 17. I gave them 17. Hemi went from 50 to 51. I gave him 41 because Hemi tanked big time yesterday. Friday. And that's what I gave them. They're paying way over the IV. 112 is what they've been paying. That's the average of the last three. IV's 94, so I kind of brought it back down to that. I paid 21, then 28. I'm giving them 29. PLT, which is a Palantir, they paid 15, then 18. I'm giving them 18. SMCC, which is a super micro computer, 33. I gave him 31. WDTE, which is a S&P fund, 14, then 20. I gave him 18, kind of in the middle there. QQQY went from 19 to 11. I gave him 17. IWMY, I love. It's been pretty constant. 23, 36, 22. I gave him 27. 62% yield. And they've been paying 62% yield. So, USOY, which is on U.S. oil. If you want oil exposure, this one's nice. They've paid 9.99. I gave them 7 because the IV is low. That's a 48% yield. GLDY 12, 13 were the last two. I gave them 9 because again, the IV is terrible on gold miners. So I lowered that 34% down to 25%. Again, this is for entertainment only. These are usually way off, but they're fun to do. And not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. You know the drill. Yieldboost. Everyone's favorite weeklies. This is Yieldboost. Paying massive yields based on the last 3 distributions. So COYY, they paid 50 cents, 50 cents. I gave them 47 because again the IV's a little lower. They trade on a double leverage Coinbase fund. CONL is the underlying. And all the yield boosts are double leverage with the exception of YSPY, which is triple leverage. But TSYY, 22, 22, 22. Guess what? I gave them 21 because the IV is lower than what they've been paying. HOYY, they've only paid once, 66 cents. I gave them 64 because, again, they're paying more than the IV. I think they're going to bring that down. SMYY, they paid once, 68 cents. I gave them 66. PLYY, which is the double leverage Palantir, they paid twice, 47.47. I gave them 49 because they're paying under the IV. MTYY, which is a strategy, they paid twice, 45.43. I gave them 48 because again they're paying under the IV. I always like to kind of bring them back towards the IV because that's what they try to pay, from my understanding. XBTY, 40, 39, 36. That's what they've paid. I gave them 33. NVYY, which is NVIDIA. By the way, if it's in blue over here, that means I own it. NVYY's paid 44, then 45. I gave them 38 because they're paying way over the IV. AMYY, which is AMD based fund. They paid 45, 45. Before that, 46. I gave them 45. They've been pretty constant. AZYY, which is Amazon, they're paying way under the IV. They paid 23, 22, 22. I gave them 25 because they're paying under the IV. The IV is 60%. They've been paying 51%. TQQY paid 18, 17, 18. I gave them 18. YSPY paid 19, 18, 19. Pretty constant. I gave them 17. Let's go to Roundhill weeklies. The last of the weeklies. Roundhill's been killing it, by the way. WPay. They paid 3, 54, 51, 88 was their last. I'm giving them 65. I'm bringing them back to earth here. YBTC, which is a Bitcoin covered call strategy. They paid 39, 41, 39. Pretty consistent. I gave them 40. Yeth, which is Ethereum based. They paid 39, 39, 38. Pretty constant. I gave them 39. XDTE, which is S&P 0DTE covered calls. They paid 20, 16, 17. I gave them 18. QDTE, which is the I-100. They paid 20, 20, 20. I gave them 20. Shocker. RDTE, which is the Russell. Covered calls on the Russell, 22, 19, 36. Kind of all over the place. I gave him 26. Maggie, which is Mag 7. Their underlying is Mags. They paid 37, 37, 38. I gave them 32 because they're paying over the IV. They're paying 35%. The IV's 24 on MAGS, which is the Roundhill Magnificent 7. AAPW, they paid 16, 37, 39. They've increased their stuff. I gave them 26. Bring them back down to earth a little bit. AMDW, they've paid 53, 70, and 78. They're getting raises way over the IV. Yield is 76%. IV is 49%. I gave them 56, down from 78. AMZW, which is Amazon, they paid 28, 55, and 33 cents. Kind of all over the place. I gave them 36. AVGW, which is Avgo, 65, 69, and 73 cents of what they've paid. I gave them 56, which is a 53% yield. BRKW, which is Berkshire, they paid 15, 27, and 31 cents. I gave them 19 cents because they're paying above their IV. Their IV is 14% on Berkshire. They've been paying 27, almost double. So bringing them back down to earth. The last of the Roundhills, COIW, Coinbase based. They paid $59, $33, 53. I gave them 69, kind of in the middle. GOOW, GOOW, they paid 48, 79, and 54 cents. I gave them 53. WHOW, and look at this price. This thing launched in June at $40. It's $84. It's doubled in price, and the yield is 100%. They paid $1.04, $2.22, $1.82. Yield is 104%. IV is only 61%. I gave them $1.35. The last payment was $1.82. So bringing them back down a little bit, but they've been killing it. METW, which is Meta. They've paid 37 cents, 64 cents, 40 cents. I gave them 43. MSFW, Microsoft. They paid 28 cents, 40 cents, 33 cents. I'm giving them 27 cents. MSTW, which is a strategy. I'm starting to say strategy, not MicroStrategy, because that's what they're called. But they need to change the ticker on that. They paid 84 cents, 79 cents, 43 cents. Huge down payment there. I'm giving them 54, kind of in the middle there. NFLW, which is Netflix, they've tanked lately. 23, 55, 44 cents. I'm giving them 37 cents. They've been way down. NVDW, Nvidia, 45 cents, 60 cents, $1.12. Huge pay raise their last time. I'm going back down to 54 because the IV is only 35%. They're paying 76%. So bringing it back down. PLTW, which is a Palantir-based fund, they've paid 67 cents, $1.10, and then 86 cents. I give them 71 cents. Palantir took a major tumble yesterday. So we'll see what happens there. TSLW, which is Tesla, they've been going up, but I think they were down yesterday. They paid 53 cents, 87 cents, and 90 cents. Trending up. I'm bringing them back down to 61 because they're paying 102% based on the average of the last three and the current price. But the IV is only 60, so I'm bringing them back down to earth. So that's the weeklies. And of course, everyone's favorite Yieldmax Group B pays this week, or declares and pays. They declare Wednesday. X date is Thursday. Payday is Friday. Babo, let's talk about Babo. They paid 38 cents, 75 cents, 79 cents, uptrend. I'm giving them more. Or more than the average. 79 cents down to 66 cents. Dips, which is the inverse of NVIDIA, and we'll get to that in a minute. Cheap stock, cheap ETF, $5.84 a share. They paid 17, 17, 28. I'm giving them 16. IV is low on NVIDIA right now. Phoebe, which is Meta, Facebook, Meta. They should change that ticker. They paid 49 cents, 62 cents, and 45 cents. I gave them 53. GDXY, which is gold miners, they've paid 33, 60, and 64 cents. I gave them 49. JPMO, very boring, 50, 28, 27. I gave them 34. Maro, I think this will be the winner of Group B for this week. They paid $2.37, $1.93. Downtrend, I'm going back to 123. Because the IV's up. It's 83. I get my IVs from Market Chameleon, and the IVs on most of everything we've covered has been higher than it was last week. Not all of them, but most. And I should have tracked the increase, decrease, but anyway. They're the best yielder of Group B, based on my calculations. They're at 97%. I'm giving them 83% yield at $1.23. Murney. I love Murney. I hate Moderna. But cheap, $8.87 a share. They paid 29, 7. I gave them 11. I gave them a little boost. NVIDIA, which is NVIDIA, they paid $1.02, 83, and 64. That's a downtrend. I'm giving them 46 because the IV is terrible. It's 35%. And everyone wants to know about Play-T, which is the Palantir. They've made money. It's the end of the fiscal year. They should pay a ton, but I can't give it to them. They've paid $2.56, $7.49, $2.44. They're all over the place. They're paying 81% yield based on those three, but the IV is only 55%. So I don't know how they're paying those. I'm giving them $2.85, which is more than last time, but lower than the average. And they're making a ton of money on their synthetics, so that could be $5. But I gave them $2.85. I'm mathematical. I don't really look at the income because they add some months, they withhold some months, and I don't know what they've done over the fiscal year. This will be their last payment of the fiscal year, which ends October 31st. So that's what I'm giving them. And let me know in the comments. Is it going to be higher? It's going to be lower. Probably higher, but that's what I gave. Anyway, great talking with you guys. I will be in the live chat when this premieres, so let's talk about it. And we'll do our top 10 on Sunday. There's some changes to the top 10. Top 10 highest yielders of everything we cover. And there are some changes. Number one is still number one, but we'll go over all that. Anyway, have a great rest of the weekend, and let's talk again soon.